Few companies in the gaming industry inspire the same nostalgic affection as Nintendo. The Japanese giant has spent decades crafting some of the most beloved characters and franchises in gaming history. Yet behind that cheerful veneer of Mario smiles and Pikachu winks lies a corporation increasingly defined by profit-driven decisions that undercut its own reputation. From inflated hardware costs to restrictive legal tactics, Nintendo's business choices are beginning to alienate the very fans who made it iconic. The Switch 2's price tag misses the mark. Fans waited years for the Nintendo Switch 2, hoping it would deliver the next true leap in hybrid gaming. What they got instead was a slightly sleeker, marginally faster console at a price that feels completely disconnected from reality. While it's a technical improvement over the original Switch, the new model still falls short of the graphical power and performance of the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. Unfortunately, Nintendo's pricing doesn't reflect that gap. Even first-party titles like Mario Kart World make good use of the new hardware, but third-party developers continue to struggle with cartridge limitations. Many studios now resort to releasing game key cards, physical tokens that only let players download their games digitally. It's a messy workaround that highlights how outdated the platform's physical media approach has become. For a console that lags behind its competitors in specs, the premium cost feels like a slap in the face. Amiibos, from collectibles to cash cows. Amiibos began as a charming novelty, interactive figurines that brought characters to life in small but meaningful ways. Initially, they offered reasonable value for collectors and casual fans alike. But those days are gone. Once priced around $12.99 for a single figure, many Amiibos now sell for nearly $30. The newly released Kirby and Warp Star Double Pack even pushes close to $50, a stunning markup for what amounts to plastic toys with embedded RFID chips. Sure, scanning them unlocks special content in select games, but at these prices, even loyal Nintendo fans are beginning to question whether that bonus content should have just been part of the main experience in the first place. Pokémon's paywalls keep expanding. Pokémon remains the world's most profitable entertainment franchise, but Nintendo and the Pokémon Company seem determined to test the limits of fan patience. What began decades ago as the simple dream of catching them all has turned into a minefield of subscriptions, DLCs, and event-locked content. In Pokémon Legends, ZA, fans returning to the Kalos region were thrilled to see the original starter trio, Chasepin, Fennekin, and Froakie, receive long-awaited Mega Evolutions. Yet the required Mega Stones can only be obtained through ranked battle events that demand a Nintendo Online subscription and participation in 3 separate competitive seasons. In short, fans must now pay extra and grind through timed events just to access core gameplay features. This growing shift toward live-service mechanics threatens the spirit of exploration and discovery that defined Pokémon from the start. Remasters at full price, a new low for nostalgia. Nintendo's penchant for reselling nostalgia has long been a running joke among gamers, but recent pricing decisions have turned that joke into frustration. The Super Mario Galaxy games, 2 of the most imaginative titles in Nintendo's history, have now been bundled for the Switch 2 at a staggering $69.99. Each game is also available individually for $39.99, meaning fans are being charged new release prices for experiences that are more than 15 years old. Compared to recent indie titles like Hollow Knight, Silksong, or Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, which offer fresh experiences for less money, Nintendo's approach feels increasingly exploitative, crushing competition instead of inspiring it. Perhaps most troubling is Nintendo's growing hostility toward competition and creative freedom. The company's legal crusades against emulators like Yuzu and Citra effectively shut down entire communities that kept classic titles alive for players who legally owned them. Nintendo has also filed patents to restrict common game mechanics such as summoning allies in battle, a move that threatens not just imitators but developers across multiple genres. Add to that the company's notorious clampdowns on modders, fan tournaments, and even streamers, and the message is clear. Nintendo wants total control over how its games are played, shared, and discussed. A legacy at risk. Nintendo has always thrived on its ability to create joy through play. But lately, its actions suggest a company more concerned with control and cash flow than creativity and community. By overpricing hardware, locking content behind paywalls, and aggressively limiting fan engagement, Nintendo risks alienating the very audience that made it a household name.